to Kleschka Picks, the final Kleschka Picks of the season, the NFL playoffs. And I'm going to predict who I think is going all the way to the Super Bowl and who I think is going to win it. So, to get started, it is the Titans and Chiefs, I believe. Let me open up my notes and I will be right with you guys. Okay, yes, Titans and Chiefs. Okay, the Chiefs started off very hot this season with a high-powered offense with Alex Smith at quarterback, Tyreek Hill as a returner and a receiver, and sometimes a rusher. And then Travis Kelce and Kareem Hunt. That is a high-powered offense. To be completely honest, I don't know how the Titans are here, honestly. I think they barely got in, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I think the Chiefs are the clear winner in this wild card game, and I think they're going to win 24-13. Rams versus Falcons. I will be at this game, so if you're going to this game, you can find me there. I don't know my section, I don't have it memorized, but I will be there at that game. The Rams, also with a high-powered offense with them the whole season, with Todd Gurley, who could possibly be MVP, and Jared Goff shining in his second year. And who else? Sammy Watkins stepped up at receiver, and their defense was also pretty solid. And then the Falcons, last year's Super Bowl losers, they had a kind of a bit of a Super Bowl slump to start the season, and then they barely got into playoffs. They have Matt Ryan, MVP from last year, Julio Jones, Devonta Freeman, an offense that can definitely go forward in the playoffs. But I think the Rams, they are doing so good this season and have so much confidence this season. I think they will beat the Falcons at home 23-17. Bills and Jaguars. Bills also barely made it in. They can thank the Bengals for that because they beat the Ravens, which kicked the Ravens out and put the Bills in. However, Jacksonville's defense has been so good this season. Saxonville, and that's just the nickname for their defensive line. The whole secondary has been amazing too, with Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye, and more. And the offense also is pretty good. Blake Bortles is not having a terrible year like he has in the past. Leonard Fournette was a good surprise for the Jaguars. Not really a surprise. A lot of people expected him to do pretty good. And then, and then Marquise Lee stepped up when they needed him with injuries to Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns. I think Jacksonville's the better overall around team. I think they will win 27-10. Saints and Panthers. Saints, oh my God, they have become an all-around great team this season. They were super fun to watch. Their running back duo of Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara is dominant. And their defense, they actually have a defense that keeps them in games now. And the Panthers, they finished with a good record, but they were so up and down this season, I feel like, even with that record. And the Saints, I feel like with Drew Brees and the run game they have and the defense they have, I feel like they will get the win, 21-17. And now, with all those winners that I predicted, it would be Saints versus Eagles. And I think the Saints are going to win this one too. Why? Because the Eagles lost Carson Wentz. And I don't think Nick Foles will be able to get past this new and improved Saints defense. And I don't think he'll be able to keep up with the offense. So I think the Saints are going to win 20-16. Chiefs would go on to play the Patriots. Of course, the Patriots are there every year with Brady's quarterback. And yeah, they are always a threat in the playoffs. And even though they did not look like as dominant this year for the Patriots, they are still a very good team. And even though the Chiefs did beat them the first game of the season, I don't think that's happening again. The Chiefs ended up struggling so much, going up and down. And the Patriots, I just think, have learned their lesson from that first game. And I think they will beat the Chiefs 30-23. Jaguars versus Steelers. Jaguars also beat the Steelers earlier in the season, but I don't see that happening again. The Steelers picked it up and gained the momentum of the true talent that they have towards the end of the season. Antonio Brown will be back, and then Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith stepped up, Martavis Bryant. So they have a great all-around offense, and I think that is going to get past the Jaguars 27-20. Rams versus Vikings. Both of these teams were very exciting to watch this year. But I think the Vikings will be the ones moving on. I think the Rams will make it this far, but I don't think their offense is going to be able to keep up against the Vikings, because I think the Vikings have a pretty solid defense that can slow down their offense. And then Case Keenum has been a great surprise for the Vikings, and I think he is going to lead the Vikings to a win in this round, 23-20. That would put us with Saints versus Vikings, and the winner of this game would go to the Super Bowl for the NFC. The Saints, they are, like I said, a great all-around team. Defense has been amazing this year. The Vikings, also very good defense. But I think the Saints are going to have the advantage because they have the better offense. Don't get me wrong, Stephon Diggs, very good. Case Keenum did great this year stepping up for that team. But Saints, Drew Brees is an experienced Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's been in the playoffs before. He knows what to do. Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram will do great, I'm sure. And their defense, like I said, it can keep them in the game, and I think that's going to happen. I think the Saints will win 24-20. Steelers and Patriots. The AFC is just kind of like the same thing every year. I feel like the same team's making it. It's not really different every year. But anyways, Steelers versus Patriots. They just played each other earlier towards the end of the season. And the Steelers, I feel like, got robbed of a win. Because I've been told my whole life, as long as you cross the goal line, then that is a touchdown. But that happened with Jesse James, and he crossed the goal line, and then after the ground knocked it out. And then they were like, nope, not a touchdown. Then Ben threw a pick, and they were that close to beating the Patriots. But I think the Steelers have learned their lesson, and I think that was a good game for them. They did not play terrible in that game. I feel in the defense for the Patriots has not been all that great this season. Steelers, great offense, and I think their offense is going to push them past the Patriots just barely, 27-24. Then that would bring us to the grand stage of them all, the Super Bowl. And I have it predicted to be Saints and Steelers. And I think this will be a very fun offensive Super Bowl, as what I predicted. Saints, very good offense, led by Drew Brees in the run game. But I feel like the Steelers have the better offense with Big Ben, who's an experienced Super Bowl quarterback as well, just like Drew Brees. Antonio Brown, probably the best receiver in football. Le'Veon Bell, who could be called the best running back in football. And like I said, there's other pieces on that offense. Steelers defense was okay this season. And I just think they're going to have a more high-octane offense that will get them the championship and win the Super Bowl. So I think the Steelers will beat the Saints 30-20 in Super Bowl 52. Thank you for watching Kleschka Picks all season and making it to the NFL Playoffs edition with me. If you're wondering why Justin Timberlake was in the thumbnail, that's because he is performing the halftime show at Super Bowl 52. Thought I'd throw it in there. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next Kleschka Picks.